What's up, everyone? It's Karthik with MoneyVest Real Estate. It's been a while since I posted an update on my real estate journey here in Dubai, and so I finally completed the official handover of my first investment property in Dubai. I've been documenting the entire process. I have shown you guys everything from start to finish and to the tiniest details of the entire process, the step-by-step process that it takes, and all the hidden fees and the cost and everything that goes into buying property here in Dubai. So I finally got the keys, had the handover last week. So I'm super excited. I am very happy with the first official handover and getting the keys from the actual Ellington management and handover team, and actually being able to go inside my own unit, do the another inspection that was scheduled. So that already happened. And just doing a lot of viewings to prospective tenants and buyers, and just, it's an incredible experience to go through this for the first time. And I'll keep you guys updated with what the plan is with this first investment property, whether I'm renting it or selling it. I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. So bring you along with the entire journey, full circle of from start to finish, and how much money I'm making, how much profit or loss. And I'll also go over some of the fees associated. There are two new fees that I think everybody needs to be aware of so that you don't get blindsided when you are investing in real estate in Dubai. Now, before we get further, I do want to mention, if you'd like to book a call with myself, if you are an investor who's looking to invest in Dubai real estate, and you are looking for somebody who can underwrite deals, somebody who you can trust. I'm not an agent. I have nothing to sell to you. So like I said, I'm not coming to you as an agent trying to pitch off-plan projects and properties and, different developments, but instead I'm coming from an investor perspective. So from one investor to another, I'm going to give you my objective analysis, underwrite deals, run the numbers, look at every single piece of data that's available out there. So if you want to book a call with me, my email is going to be admin@moneyvest.com. Shoot me an email and we can jump on a call, 30 minutes to an hour, whatever works for you, to give you a little bit of perspective and idea on different locations, different projects, different property types, different developers. There's a lot of things that go into making the right decision for investing in real estate, and really figuring out what your objective is, whether it's cash flow, whether it's appreciation, whether it's a mix of both. Because for me, it was a mix of both, right? I wanted something that I can get for a very good price, because price is really what determines your long-term returns. You can have the best asset in the world, but if you overpay, you're not going to make any money, right? But you can have, on the contrary, you can have the worst asset in the world, but if you get a really good deal and you underpay, you get a really incredible deal, that you could still make some money. So price is very important. I think that's really where our focus needs to be. Our analysis is all going to be around prices, price per square foot, for what developer, running it with different comps that are available in the area, similar specs, similar square footage. So that's the kind of analysis that I can provide you with, very data-driven, evidence-based analysis in Dubai real estate. So again, if you have any questions, if you want to reach out, book a call, my emails are going to be admin@moneyvest.com. And I look forward to speaking to you. So this right here is going to be all the fees, right, that I incurred for this project. And there's two new fees that I wanted to include in my analysis, right? This is the reason I'm going over this, and some of this is not even realized, and I'll go over which one those are. But the reason I'm going over this is because it helps every investor fully understand the dynamics and the fees associated with buying and selling a property, right? Because just because you've bought it doesn't mean all your fees are done. There is fees associated with selling the property as well. So there has to be an exit strategy as an investor for us, because, otherwise we're just holding on to an asset and there's no exit strategy in place. So in my previous update, I had already mentioned all the fees over here. So this up until here, I think we had already covered how much I've paid to the developer Ellington, how much I paid to the DLD department for title deed. So now that the project is completed, I'm going to get a title in replacement of the ukud, which was originally, what the document that I got, since it was off-plan property, but now since it's already completed, I'm going to get a title deed. How much I paid to the seller for buying it on resale on secondary market. Of course, how much I paid to DLD, which is 4%. The trustee office for doing the transfer, the conveyancing fee, the agent commission, which was the buyer commission that I had to pay, 2% plus 5% VAT, so 2.1% total. And of course, I did hire a lawyer in this transaction, which many of you guys were asking, if this is necessary. No, it's optional. The lawyer, that was something for me personally, since it was my first deal. I wanted to get somebody who's experienced in real estate law to better understand and read over all the documents, just to have that peace of mind that I have somebody in my corner looking out for me to facilitate with this entire deal. So I had a lawyer. If you obviously, if you're a first-time buyer or investor in Dubai, this is something that you could look into. But after this entire experience, I've realized that it is pretty standard. There's a lot of due diligence that you can do on your own end, and the lawyers really did just kind of read over all the document, and they made some small changes, but nothing that stood out that was worth over 8,000 dirhams, right? So that was definitely, in my opinion, not a complete waste, because it gave me peace of mind. But yes, if you are experienced, or if you are even somewhat well versed in real estate, you don't really need to spend 8,000 dirhams on this. Now, there are 3 new things that I want to address after the official handover took place. The number one is the DEVA deposit and activation. So under the new project, it was under Ellington's name for DEVA. DEVA is your Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. So they're the ones that actually activate your water and electricity in your apartment. So there is a deposit. There's a security deposit you've got to put down, plus some activation fee. And so it was under Ellington's name. So I had to make that switch, move it from Ellington over to my own name, so that I can actually have water, electricity in the apartment. So that was a deposit of 2,000 dirhams. And then 130 dirhams was roughly around the fees for activation and reconnection. So the reason why it's on a separate column is because this is refundable, right? Because if I'm selling the property, if I'm having a tenant move in, they're the ones that are going to put the deposit down. I'm going to get my deposit back. So that 2,000 dirhams is refundable. The 130 is an expense. So I think the 130 should actually be here, and 2,000 dirhams is going to be refundable. So I'm not including it in my cost. However, there is cost associated with an exit strategy. So what I'm going to go over now is completely off of an exit strategy. So if you were to, let's say, sell the property, or if you want to, realize some of the profit, if you are not planning on renting it, if I'm, let's say, planning on selling it, these are the 2 fees associated with that cost. And the reason why it's so important, because this is everything. Now we've covered everything. This is start to finish everything that I need to know about when I'm investing in real estate in Dubai. So the first one is an NOC. This is a no objection certificate given to me by the developer itself, in this case Ellington. And the fees for completed projects that have been completed, right, they are handed over, is 525 dirhams. For incomplete projects, in other words, projects that are under construction or off plan still, the fees is 10 times more. It is 5,000 dirhams, right? So that is something that I learned about, that in order for me to sell my property in the future, I need to obtain an NOC, a no objection certificate, which the buyer pays for, and that is going to be 525 dirhams. Now, when I'm selling it, I'm also going to be paying an agent the commission. So if you do a complete round trip of buying and selling, your total commission will be close to 4%, 2% when you're buying it, 2% when you're selling it. So the seller's agent commission, in this case, let's say that I plan on selling this property, my commission will be 24,000 dirhams, which eventually I'll also have to pay from the sale of this property. So this has not been realized yet. I just want to be very clear that I haven't realized these expenses, right? Because like I said, the NOC, I haven't obtained the NOC, and I haven't given the agent any commission because I haven't sold it, right? I just got the keys last week, so this official handover is complete. But this is just to give you an idea that, okay, if there is an exit strategy over the long term, let's say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the road, or maybe even next week, depending on when I plan to sell it, I have to account for these 2 expenses as well, right? So my total cost of owning this property, that's what we're trying to figure out, is your cost basis, right? Your cost basis of owning this property. Because a lot of times what people will tell you is your sale price minus your purchase price, and that's it. They will calculate the return off of that. But I think that is a very incorrect and a misrepresented way of calculating your ROI, because if your purchase price is $1 million and you spend 200,000 dirhams in fees and closing cost, then your actual cost is 1.2 million. And so if you sell it at 1.2 million, your profit zero. Your net profit is zero. If you're not accounting for fees and closing costs and all the commissions, then I think it's a very incorrect way of calculating ROI. And so I want to give you a very realistic picture of, after all the fees, after all the expenses, what is the true, real, net ROI for investing in real estate. And so total commission or cost of ownership for me will be just under 1 million dirhams, right? So if I sell this property for, let's say, 1.2 or 1.3, right? That difference will be my net profit. It'll be my net profit. In other words, it'll be my actual, true, real profit on this property after all the fees and the closing cost. So there you have it. That's the official handover. The first property is complete. I just wanted to go over this entire fee structure and add a few more that I've come to realize over the last few days. In my subsequent videos, I will be going over some other strategies, some other properties that I'm analyzing. I'm actually going to a few different viewings today. I'm also going to be going over what my strategy is going to be moving forward, because this deal fortunately worked out for the best. I got a pretty good price. The seller was very motivated. I was able to negotiate since I was a cash buyer, didn't have a mortgage on it. So everything worked out really well, knock on wood. And these are the kind of deals that I'm going to be very interested to do moving forward as well, right? That have good rental yield with great quality developers in good locations that are transacted heavily. And there's also a lot of liquidity. Plus, there is potential for capital appreciation, as well as the worst case scenario, there's a possibility for rental yield as well. So these are some of the questions that I really want to answer every time I'm doing my research, is that whatever property that I'm looking at, can I find a better deal, right? Is this the best deal on the market? Because look, that's what I'm looking for, right? I am not an investor who is going to be investing in 10 different off-plan projects, hoping that something sticks. That's not my strategy. My strategy is finding the best deal on the market. And that comes with a lot of research and a lot of analysis. And the best deal is also very subjective based on your goals. Some people are looking simply for capital appreciation. Some people are simply looking for rental yield. My goal is to find a balance between both. Something that I can buy, which is going to appreciate and also rent well. So that's the best deal in my dictionary. Can I find the best deal on the market? Why is the seller selling? That is another really good question. I'm going to ask agents, why are they selling? And oftentimes they're investing in something bigger. They need the cash to build villas, or they need the cash to relocate or whatever. But it's really important, to ask this question to the agent to give a little bit of a insight into, okay, what's the reason for selling? Now, you may not get the true answer, but whatever you can get, you can kind of analyze it. And what is the worst case scenario, right? This is perhaps one of the most important things I ask myself with every investment I make. What is my worst case scenario, right? Worst case, property doesn't appreciate, it doesn't rent. What's the worst case scenario, right? I need to answer that question. Only then I'll have that peace of mind and understanding that, okay, even if things completely go south on me with this deal, what is the worst case scenario and what is my exit strategy? So the worst case has happened. What is now the exit strategy for this property? So all these questions, super important. I'm definitely going to be doing more research on my second investment property. We'll keep you guys updated on that. Again, like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My email is going to be admin@moneyvest.com. As always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.